non-exhaustible resources. So this topic is the first topic of the second unit. So we have to apply various exhaustible and non-exhaustible theories and how it is going to affect the environmental degradation, or how it is going to affect the quality of environment. And the optimal use, it's always a good thing, because when we use the natural resources in an optimum way, so that we can also develop our economy, and we can also sustain, will also have the sustainability in the use of the natural resources. So that is a common thing everyone knows, so that we will have a brief discussion on these aspects. So the classification of resources has been divided into two broad categories: renewable and non-renewable. We know all what are the categories of renewable resources, such as air, water, wind energy, solar power. So these are all the renewable energies which is freely available from nature. So we have started discussion on the solar energy. So the solar energy becomes a vital importance nowadays, because many of non-renewable energies are, the stock of non-renewable energies becomes very less due to unlimited usage of those natural resources. It will affect in both the ways. One is the the material balance effect also will work out here. The material balance model, what the Aries model, what it is represented, that when we are collecting some kind of natural resources and we are using it for production and consumption, and we are giving back some kind of waste to the environmental back. So above the sustainable capacity, or above the carrying capacity of the environment, there is a limit of absorbing the waste by the environment or ecological system. After that, it will become an overburden for the environment, so that it gives the negative impact back to the humans and to the nature. So so that we have to avoid using of or extracting of more non-renewable energy sources, such as coal, then the crude oil, and such kind of things. We need to avoid it, and we have to navigate towards the usage of renewable energy sources, so that it won't produce negative externalities or waste to the human and to the environment. And in this, first and foremost one, the solar energy. Solar is the important component of the whole environmental system. Not only for the production of environment, it will be termed as the life-giving instrument or element of the whole human and to the entire globe. If solar is not there, solar energy is not there, is there any way of living the lives in the globe?
No, sir.
Yes. So that is why it is so important, and it is also gives a lot of power resources, like electricity resources. The thing is, we need to convert it into an appropriate way. I can also quote an example. We went to in 2019-20. In 2019, we went for a industrial visit. some power systems in Bangalore. There we have seen their major production is this solar energy power plants and this, what is that? If power failures, what we'll use that on regulator, what is it? Inverters. So the inverter, which will accumulate electricity when electricity is available. If electricity is not available, then whatever it is saved, it will gives us for some time being, either for 24 hours or 12 hours, like that, till that. And they are also producing the this electricity from solar power plants. So that will generate some electricity and it will be connected to your EB and it will directly provides your household consumption electricity, and the extra quantity of electricity which is produced from solar energy, that will also be saved in your that UPS or the inverter. And sometimes if it is excessively produced, sir, what will happen? Nothing will happen. That is gives back the, it will saves and it is gives back to the EB board, because it will generate and it will gives to your consumption purpose. It is also saved in your this panel for further usage in the inverter. And the above that, if there is any excessive production is happening on solar energy, that will also gives back to the EB board. The EB board is giving some certain amount of money back to you as you are a producer of that electricity and you are selling to the EB. See that, that's good. No, every month you will get, you're having EB connection and you're getting the EB line, and you're also producing your own electricity and also you're giving back to the EB. So that EB is giving some amount of money for the how much unit you have produced and given to the EB department back. You got it, that significance of solar energy in monetary, in economic terms. And so like that, this is for example of the household consumption of solar energy. Like that, we can also, for many industries, they are using electricity, so that we need to move to the consumption of electricity towards the solar energy system. And the second one, we have to go for hydro energy, that energy which is produced through water because of the due to the flow of waters, the speed of water falls, so that from there we can able to source the energy. And wind energy, we have the windmills. Through windmills we can generate and get biogas. Also we have told with respect to the production, while the production of agricultural commodities such as the agricultural waste, the human waste, and the animal waste, and also from waste which is generated from industries, sugar industries, rice industries, rice mills, we'll get so much of waste. That Pegase is the major component of producing the biogas. Pegase, that after crushing that juice from the sugarcane, we'll get the waste that is called as Pegase. So that Pegase will become an important component for producing the biogas, along with the other components of bio waste. So these will become the biodegradable waste, and from that we can able to generate lot of biogas for household purposes of LPG and the industrial purposes. And wood, always know we have our traditional method of using the firewood for the generation of heat, and the charcoal will get it for the generation of heat for industries and household purposes. And hydrogen, which is produced based on the natural resources. Then alcohol also, it's one of the medium of using for generation of heat for many industries, including the chemical industries. Air, water, we know how we can generate as use as the important element of natural resources. From water, we can able to produce from the dams and other things, water energies we can generate. Air, we know that wind energies we can use. And soil, that is also an equivalent element as like solar. If solar is not there, how lives cannot be possible. Like that, if soil is not there, that is also lives cannot possible. Like that's like air and water, because the soil is an important element for germinating the plants. If plants are not there, that is also problem. The leaves could not able to live. So see the beauty of the soil. If one seed is there, if you are keeping that seed in your hand, nothing will happen. If you keep it in a locker, nothing will happen. If you put it in water, sometimes it will germinate and it will die. But if you put that seed into the soil, wherever the soil is there, even one bunch of soil, if you keep it in your hand, then put the seed, that seed will germinate and it will become plant and tree. See, that is the nature. The soil have the power, and that is what in our school days we used to read and take that double beans seed and put it in one um, soil filled bottle, then see the growth and how that solar energy is helping to germinate. And what is that synthesis? What is that synthesis?
Photosynthesis, sir.
Photosynthesis will happen. I forgot, I studied some long years back. That photosynthesis will happen so that that will grow like anything. So if the water is, the important element like water, soil, solar is not there, and air not there, then nothing is possible in this globe. So that we need to utilize those energies, the God-given energies, that we need to convert it for our growth, economic growth, by using as an important input. And it is gives a lot of energy with no waste, zero waste. And even though waste is coming, that will be biodegradable. I mean, it will become the nature again. So whatever you are producing from the non-renewable energy sources, that the stock of the raw material is limited. And as I told, the recent survey was told, the coal what we are is taking is the stock is for the next 250 years only. So after the 250 years, that means after 3 generation or 4th generation, that we could not able to get even a piece of coal for any kind of energy resources. So that we have to use that energy sources, especially the renewable energy sources, non-exhaustible in nature. We need to utilize it for our economic growth, especially for the production and consumption. And the non-renewable energy sources such as coal, the natural gas and petroleum, we are getting it from, that is also we are getting it from nature, that is not coming out from somewhere else. Coal is also another natural resource. Natural gas is also naturally we are getting from earth, and petroleum also we are getting the crude oil from earth and we are processing it for petroleum, diesel and other things. But what is the difference between this, the renewable and non-renewable? These energies are exhaust when you use, so such as coal, natural gas and petroleum. So in this, the generation of energy from nuclear power plants. That is important. It is placing a major portion of producing the electricity. The fuel which is used for the nuclear energy is uranium. That the uranium chemical has been used, and even the major plants, nuclear plants called Kodamkulam nuclear power plant. Anybody knows Kodamkulam in Tamil Nadu? It is there. So there they are using the uranium which is imported from Russia. It is the power plant is collaborated with the Russian investment. So that produces electricity, and that will the nuclear energy does not release carbon dioxide, and whereas but the amount of radiation which produces its harm for the people. And the uranium is also a kind of input which is exhaustible in nature, so that we need to avoid use of those nuclear energy power plants, rather than we have to go for the production of electricity by using the solar and other power plants like windmills we can generate. And the next one is a fossil fuel. So the fossil fuel is nothing but what we are getting it from the surface to generate some kind of the energy sources. Then we have the crude oil. Crude oil is a kind of fossil fuel. It has been, we got it from the Gulf countries. Oil will get, and the oil has been generated into petrol, diesel, and other things. That is also be a kind of fossil fuel. And the natural gas. So natural gas will get it from the some certain places. Even in India, we are used to get the natural resource, natural gases from the accumulation of various the chemicals in the atmosphere, I mean earth, that will generate the methane, ethane and propane. So that will become an important element to generate the natural gas. So those gases also, when you drill and get from the earth, but that will also become that is available naturally, but it is an limited kind of thing. We cannot able to we cannot able to generate more and more. It is an non-exhaustible in nature. Likewise, the coal, what we used from the coal mines, and for the generation of heat and produce the energy, coal is an important element, but that is also the exhaustible in nature, and the amount of input, the amount of the resource is limited. And so that if we keep on extracting it, at some point of time, the production, I mean the availability of the coal will stop. So that we have to, we should not rely on the non-renewable energy sources. We have to move from renewable to, I mean non-renewable to renewable energy sources, so that we can able to develop the economy through sustainable way. That is the important concept of studying this renewable and non-renewable energy sources. And